Hello, this is Chan Abraham from Daybreak Ministries and Leadership International. And I thought I'd mention the second of my organizations today because I want to talk about perhaps the most important subject facing us at this time, not only as we look at the election of members of Parliament, but as we go forward into 2020. Leadership. Part of my life's mission is to pursue, to seek, to encourage, to seek to motivate and inspire what I call a renaissance of leadership. Leaders, above all else, are the people most able to impact the lives of ordinary men and women and children in our world today and tomorrow. Yet so often it seems that we get it wrong. Now, there is no shortage of critics, often in their own armchairs, who will say they know how a country should be run, or a business, or a corporation, or a church even. But for us to understand leadership, on the one hand, we can look at some of the great leaders down through history, and they were great for different reasons, not only and not necessarily at all because of their character, but they perhaps got the thing done. Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, William Wilberforce, who ended the slave trade or was very instrumental in that, Mother Teresa, and so on. But real leadership, as far as I'm concerned, and the type of leadership which I believe really makes a difference in people's lives, is the leadership that looks firstly to serve the people who are being led, and then to ensure that they can achieve their creative best in life. Now, that is not the typical approach to leadership, certainly not in the West, and it's not what you see in politics, in business, in government, or sadly, in faith communities, in churches. But it is the way forward, and it's the way that was modeled by Jesus Christ. Just imagine if you only knew you had one day left to live. What would you do? What would you spend with that final day? Well, the greatest leader of all time did this. He took a towel around himself and he washed his followers' feet. In other words, he went down not only to their level, but lower than that. And he said, I'm the one who's here to help you to move forward in your lives. Now, as we go forward, perhaps into this general election, you may want to think about who you put that cross against and say, how much of a real leader are you? How much are you really here to serve us, the people? And how much are you here to serve your own ends, your own interests, your own opinions, your political party? That's a big challenge. I issue it to every single leader. And not only in politics, but in all areas of government, in business, and in church organizations too. Who are you serving today? Jesus said this, no greater love has anyone than this, that he lays down his life for his friends. And you know, we could each call the other a friend. And if our leaders could see us as that too, perhaps we will see a renaissance of leadership. I believe we can. And that's the thought for today.